We are live.
Hello, welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 404. I'm Otto. Tonight I'm joined with Jared Schneiderman,
What's up, guys?
K Wags, Kyle
Hey,
Wagner,
hey everybody.
the senior government analyst from a remote location.
Great to be with you. All right.
And this is great. I mean, we have a special guest on the podcast tonight, guys. Little MK Ultra himself, Alex Flagel.
What's going on, everybody?
So how was your guys' treason days?
Dude, it was a blast, man. I'm still tired. That was
Mine
fun
was
hanging
full
out
of
Saturday.
flaggetry. I experienced
Flaggetry?
peak flaggetry.
What kind of flagging event did you go to, Babs? Did you go
It
to
was
a parade?
like it was a communist. It was a. I missed the parade, but I went to a communist style fireworks show with a sacred song, and quite a lot of red, white, and blue. And luckily, there was a lot of explosions. So at least there's that. Right. I guess that's to sort of simulate the empire, like dropping bombs on hospitals. You're supposed to imagine that you're there,
Yeah.
enjoying that
You're
with
there.
the troops.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Kyle.
I saw a Mark Dice clip, and I know a lot of people don't like Mark Dice, but he does those like idiot on the street interviews, and he's going around the beach and he's asking or wherever he is, and he's saying, what is this 4th of July celebration about?
Oh, dude, I
know,
couldn't imagine the answers.
who did we gain independence from? And the people are like, I don't know, Canada. Like
Wow.
so many people had no idea the history behind 4th of July. No, I know they cherry pick, but still, it's like, geez, man.
The indoctrination camps work.
It's not a good look for public schools for sure, because all that a basic American history is taught in public school. So I don't know why so many people don't know. Yeah,
Maybe
crazy.
it's the purpose of government schools is to keep people from knowing.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah,
History's always changing.
That or they're just
It's to make sure they
really
have that
incompetent.
unified. They got to get the unified doctrine, and all the history. It's like, don't worry, just skip over the weird parts and just, America's the good guys, and these are the series of wars that our good troops have won. God bless
Mhm.
America.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
All right.
I think we're good now, fellas.
Oh,
yeah?
Jared's back in.
I just had to restart the router, I guess.
Oh,
It
there we
worked.
go.
Wow. Nice.
Fucking Comcast and their monopoly on interwebs and
Fucking Commicast.
Commicast. Yeah, man. I had a good 4th of July. I did nothing. I think I've chronicled it on this podcast before, but I'm not a big fireworks guy. I don't.
Are
like
you afraid of them?
No, I'm not like a dog, like shivering like an idiot.
You hide
on
under the
couch.
bed?
Yeah, I'm pissing under the bed. No, I don't know. Like the days of oh god, like driving to a spot and then walking a mile from the park spot, getting.
Oh,
a
dude, I mean,
blanket full-
going to fireworks
out-
shows
oh.
is so dumb.
Oh,
It's the
don't do
worst
that,
thing
dude.
in the world.
Go to make a friend that has fireworks or light them
Ha.
off at your own house, and
I
that's how you
did.
watch fireworks.
I did. My it's my brother's neighbor. And so we went over to his house and we did the whole like red, white, and blue brouhaha shit. And it was great. The spread was great. The pool, there was, it was everything you could ask for. And he like apparently dropped like $1,000 on fireworks
Nice.
and set it off. And it was just incredible. So I'm looking up, watching these like professional fireworks go off, and like things are hitting me in the face, falling from the sky. Like things are burning and popping all around me. I'm like, this is awesome. Like,
Did they
now
call
this
the
is how
cops?
you
Did anyone
watch
call
it.
the cops on you?
Fuck no.
Dude, we had someone call the cop. We had a neighbor call the cops on us.
Oh, yeah, you were saying in the chat, man.
Dude.
It was so absurd, man. So what happened was we started lighting off fireworks, like it was still kind of light outside. And do you remember when it like kind of rained on Saturday?
Yeah.
Like we started lighting them off and then it started raining, so we had to kind of stop. Then when that passed, we went back out maybe like an hour and a half later, and we were lighting them off again. And we're lighting them off, and then all of a sudden we hear like this loud voice coming from a house down the street, and they're like, "Hey assholes, stop lighting off fireworks! You're gonna burn my house down."
Oh, you should have burned his house down.
Yeah,
Just
he's in
whatever.
your-
Okay. Just-
What
And
neighborhood?
then,
was
my
this?
buddy's like, "Oh man, that must be the guy who called the cops earlier." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, the cops came earlier and told us to stop shooting fireworks off, so we didn't listen, and we just shot them off again anyway."
Good.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh. But now you know
This
whose
was
house
it-
to
this-
target with your Roman candles.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they went over there and talked to the guy to try
this
to
was
get,
in
I
the-
guess, like sue things over so that he wouldn't call the cops or whatever.
And this was in the city.
Or
No,
like,
dude, this
have you
was
ever
in the
seen
county.
those strings of
This was in Carroll
How about
County
those
in Eldersburg.
strings of black cat firecrackers? You know, the ones that are like 10 feet long and they'll just like bap, 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 bap for
Oh,
like
yeah.
10 minutes straight.
Can you
Yeah.
get
So what
those
you
in
do is you get
Maryland?
one of those strings and you just go over there. You might have to stop it south of the border or something, like on your way up
Yeah.
95. You get a big one of those gigantic bricks of those things. You light it, and then you just throw it on somebody's porch or something, and and they're gonna know that it's the 4th of fucking July.
You could just cross any state line around here and buy fireworks.
Yeah, for the listeners that don't know, like in Maryland, fireworks are like big fireworks, mortars and things are illegal.
Tell me,
But we
you don't have no black cats, no Roman candles, or screaming mimes?
No.
Oh, come on, man. You don't got no lady fingers,
Come on,
buzz
man.
buttles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doodads, or crap flappers? No, I don't. You're gonna stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker doos, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, nips and dazers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser? No. Because snakes and sparklers are the only ones I like.
Oh,
That's Maryland. That's what you can buy at Maryland. The little
Yeah,
pop-up
exactly.
tents outside the Walmart
I think
parking lot.
Pennsylvania is the same.
yeah, but here's the thing.
But you
So
can
you can
buy.
buy in Pennsylvania and bring them back to Maryland.
Yeah.
Yes, but Pennsylvania residents aren't allowed to buy those, as
Right.
my understanding. You
Only-
have to have a
Yes.
Maryland
Yes.
license to buy fireworks that
Can
are
anybody
illegal in
explain how
Maryland.
this works?
So this happened years ago, and I think I
It's
talked
also
about
the
it on
same
the
with
podcast.
20 round mags.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. I want to say it was about 05, 06, and it was right when I got back from being overseas maintaining Empire, and I was like, "What the hell's with all these fireworks displays?" And I think I was snowboarding up in the Poconos, so closer to New Jersey. But I went in, and they were like, "No, absolutely no Pennsylvania IDs," and my car at the time had PA plates, so like, get that car out of the parking lot.
Oh wow.
So my ex at the time went in because she was a non-Pennsylvania resident and she could just buy whatever. But yeah, it's like if you have they must have found a loophole in the law that you can buy them in Pennsylvania, but you can't be a resident.
So where do the Pennsylvania people get them from?
West Virginia?
West Virginia?
or
Or
they
West
just have-
Virginia.
yeah, or they have a
So
friend
who,
that.
so who
stopped
gets
hunting.
arrested? Who gets arrested? Pennsylvanians?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Or Marylanders?
Because
buying in
Marylanders get-
Pennsylvania?
okay,
I don't-
Pennsylvanians get arrested for buying them in Pennsylvania. Marylanders can buy them in Pennsylvania, but will get arrested in Maryland for letting them off in Maryland.
Yeah, so as long as you just like
So
jump
everyone's
across
a
the
criminal
line.
still.
Yes, that
But
everyone's a
technically
criminal.
Everyone's still a criminal. Okay. right.
As long as we're all criminals. Everything.
Yeah, I was bummed, Otto, that it was pouring. It started pouring rain. What was that Saturday? Out at our buddy Paul's house. That was cool. We were out on the water, and the sky just opened up, and I brought like a whole box of goodies that I bought driving up from Florida from the 2020 convention. Hobo Joe's in South Carolina. It was a spot off of 95. It was this huge fireworks outlet. And I was so bummed that we didn't get the opportunity to launch those off.
You
Yeah.
didn't get to use them Sunday or Monday?
Well, I left them. Unfortunately, I left them at Paul's. It was kind of like the hostess gift. I was like, well, we'll have to do it another time.
Yeah.
So,
It
Man.
was cool, man. That place was awesome. It was like a little beach, like right there in like Middle River and right out, east of Baltimore. And it's really cool. It was a cool spot, and I had all my kids there and my wife, and then like it. I mean, you could see it off in the distance, just this nightmare of a storm coming, and it was so bad. Like it. So I left right before the storm hit because I was like, well, It says it's supposed to rain the rest of the night. So I was like, let me just go take the kids back. I should have just stayed, man. Like I couldn't even see the road while driving. I couldn't see at all. And I'm just like, okay, in a place I've never been to.
Dude, we
trying
just
to
rode
drive
it
down.
out.
Yeah, that sounds shitty, man.
And lightning's like striking down everywhere.
I was in northern Harford County, which the further you get away from the city, the more rural it gets around here. And so I was a friend of mine bought a house up in North Harford and with a big open yard, like a lot of land. And I have a couple friends that always, try to buy a lot of big fireworks. And we're sitting around a fire pit and the guys are lighting them off. And then I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, all these rockets started coming out of the side. It like peppered the shit out of this. There's a playground, like a play set, with swings and stuff. Fortunately, there were no kids on it, but it got like pelted with all these rockets. And I like jump up and I'm hiding behind my chair because I don't know if this thing's gonna spin around and start pointing at us, right? But these missiles are coming out of the side of this thing. And then all of a sudden, inexplicably, they started shooting up again. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. If it fell on its side, how is it now shooting vertical again? I don't know. But I was just like on edge for the rest of the show because but it was a really fun day. He had a pool and kids were in the pool all day. We did some home run derby with tennis balls. And it was a great day, The only thing on American was we had tacos. That was like Mexican theme for some reason. Yeah, I don't know.
Dang. That's what America's all about, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
but apparently
appropriate.
I was gonna say the most fireworks were apparently had in north of Chicago. Apparently, that was where the real fireworks were happening.
We couldn't just have a 4th of July where there wasn't a mass shooting, Couldn't just go one fucking day without being psyoped.
Did you guys watch the rap video?
Yes, I watched. So if you living under a rock on Mars in a cave with your eyes shut and your fingers in your ear, you don't know that there was a mass shooting that happened at a 4th of July parade north of Chicago suburbs. This kid was apparently just like a SoundCloud rapper, whatever, weirdo kid. I don't know. But it's funny. So he shot and killed 7 people now. Another person just died. And immediately everyone's rushing to say, oh, he's a Trump supporter. Oh no, he has a socialist tattoo. He's Antifa. And like he's got like different color hair. And he's just a bona fide weirdo. And I think like his father ran for mayor or something of the town. And the kid's just fucking nuts.
You're muted,
like,
guys.
He's fucking crazy as shit. And I'm like, and then his uncle apparently said today there was no signs. I'm like, this kid's just one giant billboard of a sign.
You can look at him and say there were signs, right?
Right.
He's got like tattoos all over his face and his knuckles and everything else. And
he's just expressing himself, Kyle.
Rainbow colored hair, and he's making these YouTube videos that are like. So I watched the rap video. And it's like auto-tuned.
With the clowns laughing.
Yeah, it was in a school classroom.
He's in a classroom. Yeah, he's in a classroom. But it was like weird. I don't know where he filmed it because he opens the lockers and they like go to another room or something. And I'm like, is this a set? I was so confused by that. And then
who was recording him?
That too.
Who the fuck was recording that?
I mean,
it wasn't him.
It was just a tripod or something. I don't know.
No, it's moving. Like the camera moves and walks, like someone's holding it and walking around.
Yeah, let's find the docs on that.
Maybe that was the real. It was probably the CIA, dude.
And then it it goes to like a strobe light. He's just standing there laughing maniacally, and you might hear some gunshots or some loud bangs or something. I don't know. It's a very weird video. So for a family member to say there were no red flags, I mean, you can watch that video and say this guy's definitely off. But he apparently had a Discord channel, and he's like I would describe him as like a 4chan troll, or like he attracts that audience, just this sort of weird nihilistic guys. I don't know how.
Yeah, he goes by them. His album, Awake the Rapper. And the album, the title track, Brainwashed. Second track, Dead Again. third Game Boy, Dum Diddy Dum, I Am the Storm. I mean, yeah. So
Sounds like an Eminem album.
right.
I mean,
Dude,
I
it's
think.
just trash too.
Do you guys think that he is a brainwashed government agent or something?
Yeah, probably.
Well, if you put up the tweet I posted, is it on there, Alex?
Yeah, it's the.
Oh, I lost all the stuff when I left.
Oh no! I'll pull it up. Here, I'll pull it up right now. Here we go. But
yeah, man, it's
Pop it.
it
in
was
the chat.
definitely a weird thing, man. I don't know.
Well, didn't we? Wasn't it confirmed that the FBI was already aware of him or whatnot, or
I heard that.
Local
I heard he
law
was
enforcement.
on the radar. He was on their radar. That's what I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean getting a paycheck and handed weapons? I mean,
I don't know.
And psychoactive drugs.
Whatever happens with the radar, it seems like the radar doesn't stop anything.
It's like the same radar that was operating in Hawaii right before Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
right.
There's the guy. No red flags.
Yeah. So I tweeted this last night. I was like, the feeling, or what is it? Is that okay? Hold on. Sidebar.
That feeling when?
Is that feeling? Okay, good. I don't know if it was that face or that feeling when, but for the people who are listening, the tweet shows a picture of this crazy asshole on his whatever AirPods or whatever, and it says the feeling when the unknown caller tells you the red fox trots quietly at midnight. Hashtag Lil MK Ultra.
And his eyes are like bugging out.
He's clearly
Tell me, what are the odds of him being on some kind of psychoactive drugs through high school?
I mean, can you see his pupils? Look at those things.
Right. They're just black. It's just black nothingness. It's like
Ritalin. It's a hell of a drug.
Jesus.
Yeah, but hey, come. But this is some bullshit. They're gonna push the red flag laws. They're gonna really push that now because he slipped through the radar, and especially with family members. Oh, there was no signs. So now it's just gonna, for example, in New York, with this recent Supreme Court ruling, that basically fill-in governor for the pervert who was taken down, that the current governor of New York, she basically said, all right, yeah, we'll allow concealed carry in New York, but they restrict it to like almost 90% of the places you can actually carry concealed. And then also you have to show a history of 3 years of social media.
Oh yeah.
Like show a record of your social media. So it's just ironic that
kidding me.
Yeah. So we have this Supreme Court.
No jokes.
No joke. Let me find it up. No joke.
No cat. No cat.
Yeah. Let me.
You have a right. You have a right to keep and bear arms. What's your Facebook password? Is that really the way this is going?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out, Babs.
Might want to switch over if you can. Oh yeah, you're scrambling pretty hard now. But yeah, dude, oh god. So Maryland, so finally today our fucking loser wear the damn mask governor finally admitted that okay, it's time for us to strike down the whole
he said we need time to follow this constitution. I'm like, hey, now you want to follow it.
Now it's time.
Now
finally time, guys. It's finally time.
Fucking hack. I'm like, god damn, what a piece of shit.
It's like, hey, it's campaign season. I'm going to try to be a failed presidential candidate from Maryland. Well, let me put out a statement here. Dude, fuck him and his boss hog looking fucking face. That I cannot stand him. But yeah, so this is but go ahead, Otto. This is Maryland. He just put out a statement, correct?
Yeah, he just put out a statement. So it looks like, I don't know. I maybe we'll save it for the after hours, but some of us don't need a concealed carry permit.
Some of us just don't give a fuck anymore. Let's just put it that way.
So what does this law allow us law-abiding citizens to do?
How about ghost guns?
Permit?
No, because they banned
ghost gunners affected by this? Are ghost gunners affected by any of this?
They banned those in Maryland before this came down. So you have to buy.
So they must not exist, right? Or did anybody ask the ghost gun owners if they cared if they're getting banned or not?
Right.
Yeah, so it's just ridiculous. And the other thing too is, and I was talking with a couple of my coworkers because they're kind of like FUD Trumpers, they're all a bunch of kind of young, and but they're like, yeah, I have it doesn't matter, I already have my wear and care permit. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get that? And the guy's like, oh yeah, you just got to fill out your HQL, and you got to pay all this money. You got to get your fingerprints. You got to go through all this bullshit, and you have to apply 3 years. It's like, guess what? I'm not doing that. I don't care. Like, I'm done, And just like with we had an individual in our chat, just like you said, Baz, with if you can't do an 80-20, you can't do, it has to be I guess purchased in the state of Maryland through this HQL. Like, it's just so restricted. And it's like, this is pathetic. Like, I'm tired of jumping through fucking hoops, but
the idea of saying like, yeah, you've got the right to keep and bear arms, but let's see let's have your Facebook password, and ooh, I don't like those tweets. Ooh,
yeah.
like,
and this is right after, and this is right after July 4th. So I'm just like, enough of this shit. He's like, and this is one of our friends is like, I like any rational person. I want the ability to legally make, distribute, and carry unserialized, fully automatic firearms, just like the founders intended.
Hell yeah.
Fuck this shit. So, but the governor of New York, because this is what caused it. The Supreme Court ruling was on a New York case, so that set the precedent for the 6 other states, Maryland being one of them, that has may issue. So they basically told all those states, like, no, you can't just pick and choose who is issued a permit to carry. So, but this New York, I put the article in there, Jared. I don't know if we want to pull it up, but
what's up, Jeff?
Who's in here?
Jeff Douglas.
Oh yeah,
he said, "What's up, bitches?"
What am I pulling up?
What's up, man? Oh, it's the mayor of New York, or not the mayor, but the governor of New York. But I mean, you don't have to read it, but it's basically, they're talking that you have to submit 3 years of your social media history, at least 3 years. As this
what
criteria.
if I just put all my memes on a thumb drive for their perusal?
Right.
I was just thinking, how would that even work? How would you? I mean, I've commented on,
right,
a million things.
Where do you read?
I'm sure they just get to poke and prod and look at anything and whatever gets their fancy, right? Or just download it all and do a keyword search, or bring in some kind of new AI to find out about your pre-crime possibilities.
Pre-crime.
Where does it say the social media stuff?
Might not be in this article, but I saw it.
This just says they're going to restrict carry in like certain places.
Yeah. Well, that was part of it.
Imagine like unloading like 10,000 gun control memes, right? Get like the most massive collection of dank gun control memes ever collected, and just turning that over when they ask for it.
I don't think it'd get approved.
You don't think so, Kyle?
Yeah, I guess
we should do an experiment. Kyle, like, we should. You should apply.
I should apply. I think I'd get it. I'm very careful on social media.
You're an upstanding citizen.
You're known as a statist, number one. So you're not going to be a threat to the regime in any way. So that's
no, not really, dude. Not really, because hey, man, if you ever shot up a place and like they did an article, they'd be like, "Wow, he was on our radar. We went to his house and got coffee that one time."
Yeah, he was on our radar.
That's right.
He let us right in. He offered us a cup of coffee. He offered us some Danish. Really nice guy. Nice guy. Never saw this coming.
Bear crawls and curlers.
Yeah, his cat.
Coffee and Danish.
Cat.
His cat kept showing his butt to me, walking all over the keyboard.
I am pro-gun. I don't know the solution to these mass shootings.
Stop drugging kids.
Yeah,
I gotta believe drugging the kids is a huge part of it. I gotta believe it.
You would think so.
I don't even think it's just that, man. I think it's a multitude of things. I think it's diet, it's culture, it's the drugs, it's everything. I mean, I think it's just like a sum of all things. I mean, look at this kid. Like, he's crying for attention. He's crying for Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like that's what it
Couldn't he
screams
just
to
do
me.
like a gender switch like the other kids do for attention?
Yeah,
Right.
like
Well, it's also the internet, right?
Like
I mean,
Kylie
a
Wagner.
lot of it is the internet. It's they're he was like into like real extreme violence. He posted a video of
Extreme
somebody
violence.
getting he posted a video of somebody getting beheaded.
Oh,
You know, there's a whole subculture
I
or
hate
an
that. I
internet
hate watching
culture
that shit.
of people that are into like animal cruelty and torture and all kinds of horrible stuff. And I think
He
they kind of
seems like he should just get him right to the CIA where his talents can be appreciated.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know
need
where.
people like that desperately these days to fill their crucial deep state jobs.
Well, and it kind of I don't know what Tom Cruise movie it was. Might have been, was it
Some of All Fears?
Vanilla Sky? What was the one where it's like they had pre-crime?
Oh,
Right?
Minority
Report.
Report.
Minority Report, right? Yeah. So you know you got to be very careful that you don't end up in a situation where we're convicting people before they've ever actually done something. You know. So how do you intervene to stop a guy that you think might shoot up a place when he hasn't actually done anything yet? Do you have to wait until he kills 7 people and shoots and injures 20 more? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how you stop it.
yeah, I
I
mean, there's
usher
really
in red flag laws that were already. It's just
Well, the
gonna
double-edged sword of the red flag laws is, I mean, you know, I like the idea of stopping a person who's going to shoot up a supermarket from having guns, but I don't like the idea of the government, you know, which has shown itself to be totally incompetent making the decisions as to who has guns and who doesn't.
I think you could
Right.
just all you have to do is you just have to arm everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be a 1 in a million nut job, right? You're never going to legislate it away. You're never going to come up with a social program. You're never going to do anything. The nut job is always going to be out there. So that the only question is, well, how are we best prepared to defend against that? Is it by gun-free zones and duck and cover
Duck
and
and
waiting
cover.
for the cops? Where the cops wait outside for the shooter to run out of ammunition, or is it a matter of just understanding like a basic, like every individual,
Or like
right,
states,
should have some kind of plan for self-defense or in your business, your school, your what, whatever, your home. Like, it's up to you.
Mm.
well, I mean, think about this. There's another hold on. There's another thing that's been swept under the rug, but there was a mass shooting and I forget what northern European country it was specifically, but it was like what the day before this
Norway?
happened. It might have been like Norway or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it
pull up the
happened. I
docs.
don't have the doc. Yeah, I don't have the docs, but it just happened. I'm like, this is impossible. It's impossible because I was told that this is only an American problem. That's what I've been. And all these fucking weird ass losers who are like, I wasn't celebrating the 4th of July anyway because the government said I can't kill my babies, or the media told me I can't kill my babies, so I'm not celebrating the 4th of July. But now I'm even not celebrating it even more because now there's mass shootings. What does this country come to? Like, I saw that. Oh my god, did I see that?
Yeah.
And also, I need to get more weapons to some Nazis in the Ukraine. God
And
bless
also,
America.
nobody invited me to any parties because I'm lame.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. There's
What'd
the.
you say? Where's it at?
It was in Norway. And it was just on the. What day was it? It
I was at
happened
a
in
gay
June.
club.
Oh,
Yeah.
it happened in June. Oh shit.
14 injured.
2
but-
dead,
That's
14
not
injured
it.
in mass shooting at gay
Well-
club in Norway.
That's not it.
Well,
What's another one?
I mean, what if the media covered every time guns were used to prevent a crime?
They
Without being
wouldn't
fired.
they wouldn't have enough time to propaganda to set on any
So
of the other
lost
For every
propaganda.
one story of somebody getting murdered with a firearm, would you say what? There's 1,000, at least hundreds of others where a firearm prevented a crime, probably without even firing it.
Or what if they
Philosopher,
covered
she
every
did that.
time
She
a cop?
chronicled- yeah.
What if they covered every time a cop killed someone and they called for disarming the police?
Or at least defunding them. But I mean,
Right.
really, that's part of the key question is like, are do we as human beings, do we all have equal rights, right? Is one person superior to another? Do we have a class structure, or do we value individual rights and equality? And if you think like, well, no, we all have the same rights, then you can't say, well, this group's going to get one group of weapons, and then that group's going to tell the other group what weapons they can have, right? You can't have two sides. You can't have one people saying we're the ones that do whatever we want, and then we're going to tell you how you can defend or how you can't defend yourself, including, oh wait, is that body armor? Oh, whoa, that infringes on our right to murder you.
You you can't give the ASOF battalion like more rights than us, right? You know,
apparently you can. Well, you know what? I think at an important time like this, we need to hear what the leader of the free world had to say about this whole thing. So, Jared, if you want to pull up the status, the Twitter link I put in the group chat, or I can send it over again if you lost it.
All I've got is Alex's stuff.
All right, so I'll send it over to you. You can play this. I think it was very inspiring words. I mean, I was moved. I was really moved by what he said.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think
This was this really like made me tear up a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I got a tear. So yeah, let's play this. What the president...
that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him excuse me. That can be defined in a single word.
Let's hear it again.
I was going to put him excuse me. That can be defined.
There's even a transcript on the White House website that's just completely unintelligible as well. Like they couldn't even fudge that one. They were just like, whatever.
They just said unintelligible in parentheses.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, I thought that was fake when I first saw it. I was like,
Me
this
too.
must be one of those Trump accounts that just makes fake videos. But then I just saw it everywhere and I was like, oh, this shit is real.
Who honestly thinks that guy is in charge of the country or the government, right? Like,
No way, dude.
Does anybody really think that guy's making a single decision for himself? Like, he probably doesn't even know when his own bedtime is. I mean,
he doesn't know which pills to take each day.
Yeah,
but who's really behind him? Like, I mean, there are people that I'm sure going to be like, we're going to vote Biden. We're going to get all behind him again. And, there are some true believers out there, aren't there?
I guess, man.
God.
I mean,
does everybody see through it? Does the whole freaking country see through it? But everybody feels like they got to play along anyway.
Well, now it's you're going to have to play along because, they're taking away your rights.
Yeah.
Your abortion rights, right? Like at first it was the reason he got elected was because of Trump. It was just like, we don't want Trump. Now it's, the Republicans are taking all of our rights, so we, whatever, we got to hold our nose.
Dude, that's what this whole 2016 has been about. Everything since 2016 has been about erasing Donald Trump. It's been about he broke their plans. He broke their plans, and they got so mad that they had to do everything they could, all full out blitzkrieg against the Donald Trump legacy and presidency. And that
includes going to war with Russia.
There's that alt-right Nazi coming out in you, Otto, talking blitzkrieg.
I know, right? Yeah. Sorry.
Doesn't that include the war with Russia? And because Putin ruined it for Hillary, right? Putin ruined it for Hillary, and therefore World War III is justified. And somehow this will mean that Hillary can still win.
I was listening to just today. I was listening to Glenn Greenwald on Michael Malice.
That was a good episode.
Nice. Yeah, it was a great interview, and Glenn Greenwald just cuts through the bullshit and just calls out these shit libs that used to be liberal. I mean, just the fact that, just like you said last week, Babs, like just how the teams change sides. How you have these progressives and the liberal left that are all voting 100% to just, hey, send more weapons to Ukraine, when they were just how it flipped from the Iraq war, and how, you have these shit libs supporting Liz Cheney. And it's like, do you realize she's a war hawk neocon, and now you've completely just flipped? And it's just, it was really telling. It was a really interesting interview. Just, just going back since 2016. I mean,
Glenn Greenwald must be the greatest. He must be the greatest journalist of our generation.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know anybody that even comes close.
Yeah.
That Taibbi's pretty awesome. He's done some good shit. He used to write for Rolling Stone. Now he's basically like Greenwald. He just rails against how the neo-libs and all that kind of nonsense.
The problem is the shit libs just listen to the fucking NPR all day. And
Yeah.
Jared, I just posted this video. This is brilliant. But the thing is, since Orange Man completely broke their brains, COVID broke their brains. Now we
Dude,
have
you sent me a link to your Gmail inbox.
Oh no, well, you don't want to check that out.
Boomer moment.
Yeah, sorry. I got too many tweets open here. This one's the one. Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
It's like I gotta stop working off this small ass laptop. But yeah, this is fucking hilarious. But dude, like all these shit libs are just psyoped on a daily basis with this bullshit. And this is this comedian Tyler Fisher. It's really funny.
One secco.
But yeah, if you get a chance, that Glenn Greenwald interview on Malice was spot on. It's great.
Malice, also a genius of our time.
Yes.
Today on the show, we follow the science and talk about implicit institutional bias regarding diversity in the workplace, while creating a safe space to deconstruct microaggressions stemming from systemic inequality created by an oppressive cisnormative system, while increasing equity in the name of inclusivity to combat racial racist racism for minorities and the trauma from being marginalized by climate change. We interview the leader of BLM, a POC, about AOC fighting for CRT. We cover how the LGBTQs are crippled by toxic masculinity. We then shame you for having white privilege, because if you're white, you're privileged, regardless of if you're mentally ill, dying of a horrible disease, or have been raped a bunch. We then talk about Trump for 30 minutes, pretending like we hate him, but clearly want him elected again because we can no longer pay our rent with tote bags. We then reveal another 75 new gender identities, and finally we ask, should Guy Fieri be canceled for culturally appropriating lesbians? It's currently 79 degrees in Central Park. The time is 4:53 p.m. But time was invented by the patriarchy, so you can make up whatever time you'd like. We'll be right back.
Damn it. I mean, they're
God
listening
damn.
to NPR. They're listening to NPR all day. No wonder, like, these people are just fucking retarded. You know, they're just psyoped with this crap every
It's
day.
so sad. It's
like-
so sad.
I don't know if it's spot on because I don't listen to NPR. Is that how they sound on
Oh
there?
my god, dude, it's
It's-
insane.
I've had the
100%.
unfortunate.
It's
Yeah.
not that bad, but yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Close.
It depends on what you're listening to, but yeah.
Yeah,
But so I guess we can. I know we're moving pretty fast here, but I
What's the
have
next-
a
Whoa,
great.
slow
what's the next
down.
topic on the board?
Pump
Whoa.
the brakes.
The clown segment of the week, Jared. Let me. I guess I have to repost it. Yeah. So this popped up on my radar, and I was like, well, this has to be clown segment of the week. So I don't know if you want to hit the sounder.
Hit the sounder.
Yeah. Well, the soundboard. You have the soundboard. The
John.
clown.
No, I had to
Is that
switch. I switched computers.
Give
on
us
my
the
Ah,
phone.
clown world
Wah,
sound
wah,
effect.
wah.
Wah, wah. Da.
There you go.
Employee fired after refusing to work over Roe versus Wade ruling. Quote, I'm in mourning.
The worker said it is a queer
Aw.
brown person who was fired during Pride Month for speaking up about
Okay.
abortion rights.
Now look at his picture. Please post this picture. If you can get it up. There he is. He's
Wait,
brown.
That's a brown guy?
He's whiter than me.
I don't know.
I don't know. He might be.
know.
He might identify,
So-
but he clearly isn't.
Oh,
So
he's
the best-
he's Hispanic. That's Michael Lopez.
He has a
Okay.
symmetry problem with his eyes. Doesn't he look more beady-eyed on
Yeah.
one side than the other?
Mhm.
yeah.
I
And
think
his
it's
mouth
so
is
funny.
sort of like twisted. That dude is. I don't know what's up. With
Probably too many psychotropic drugs and SSRIs and.
So
I mean, he looks like a white male. But I mean, of course, I'm not a biologist. But
Dude, and you mean to tell me that Universal Music Group is going to fire you for that shit? I doubt it,
yeah.
man.
They
They're the-
said he called out sick because of how bad it hurt him about Roe versus Wade being overturned.
he's a queer brown person. Wait, does he just identify as brown, or I'm confused?
I
He
don't
said-
know.
He says a brown queer person terminated during Pride Month speaking in support of abortion rights. Seems like that's exactly what America is all about right now.
Brown and queer fired during Pride Month.
What?
Now,
This dude is delusional.
Last I knew, to have an opinion about abortion, you had to be a woman, right?
Birthing person.
Okay, so this brings up just additional questions, and the question is, where does this guy fit in? Is he allowed to have an opinion on this topic? I don't know what the rules are anymore.
Well, it says below that paired with the flood of anti-queer and anti-trans legislation, it's been hard to process how companies expect us to be productive while our rights are being stripped away. So I guess he feels that his rights are being stripped away.
He's worried he won't be able to get an abortion, right?
Yeah,
I
which
guess that's
or I don't know.
So he said there. This is a great quote. Their actions today, their silence on Friday, are indicative of their motivations. He said, profit at all costs, solidarity only if profitable, and above all of that is maintaining the status quo and saying fuck you to the working class. Man, this dude.
You know what? I respect his right to not work. If he doesn't want to work, I don't feel he should have to. Honestly, I think that is, we can all agree to that dude should not be forced to work, considering the trauma that he's going through. And I hope when he recovers, he finds another job somewhere.
The reason I just find this so ironic is because we just went through Pride Month, like how he says in the quote. Now he's like, wow, we just went through Pride Month and I'm being terminated as a queer brown person during Pride Month. And it's just like, the reason it resonates to him is because all these companies, like he's not getting, he's saying it without getting it. It's just like all these companies are coming out and saying, we're allies, we support, GSMs, and we're here allies here. And I'm just like, no, they're just trying to sell you products and they're trying to get more money. Like that's what this is all about. Profits. Yes, you're right. It's a company. They're trying to make money. And over here, we're saying, they really don't care about you. They just are just using you for profit. And you're like, no, they care. No, they don't. They never have. That's why you're fired.
That rainbow logo that they've, that's legitimate. They really care. See the rainbow? Like, look.
Yeah.
Look at that ambiguously weird person in their commercial. Okay.
Except for our Saudi Arabian branch, that they don't get the rainbow logo in there. They're a little different.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's always a Pride Month special, looking at which companies and what places don't switch their logo.
Right.
No, that's why I find it so funny to me. Like I don't give a fuck if you're trans. I don't care if you're gay. Like I don't care. I find it just so hilarious that this guy's he's so upset over, like we discussed before. Like it's really not stopping anyone from getting an abortion on a. It's just I don't know. Like it's crazy. I mean, I guess in some states. Let me backtrack. If he's freaking out about something that has nothing to do with him, and he's saying as a gay person he finds it offensive, but as a gay person you're not reproducing. I don't. I just none of it adds up. It's like it goes back to
because you're not a biologist, Otto. There's no way that us mere mundanes could ever make sense of this new order of things. Okay, we just have to
it's a new world order. It's a new world order.
Accept the fact that as white males we're wrong. Okay, we're all well, at least most of us are straight males here.
Did you just misgender me?
I just said most of us. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
I think it's all part of the agenda, right? It's all part of the progressive left, right? Abortion is one of their planks, and trans rights are one of their planks, and so he's feeling attacked. He's feeling like he's lost a political battle, or the left is losing a political battle to the right. But you still have to work.
But I don't understand where the trans rights are being infringed upon, and what trans rights are.
I don't know what that was.
Like, how do they differ from my rights?
Because
I mean, are they? Do they have gun control? Are they subject to gun control?
The difference is you get to make up pronouns and then guilt trip people that don't use them.
I mean, that's not right though.
And then
That's
get them
just
fired.
That's just you being an asshole.
like libertarians have been losing political battles.
Now you get
for. right, libertarians have been losing political battles like every year for like 100 years or more. Like we still go to work, you know. I mean,
I don't think
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah. What if
coherent-
I
I'm-
just
I'm
like
in
stop going to
mourning.
work on tax day?
Yeah.
It's like I can't
They
come to work today.
I'm mourning.
As a libertarian, I'm mourning
because I just
They-
filled out my
yeah.
W-2 and
they hike sales taxes again. They imposed an alcohol tax. You know, they took away our gun rights. Like, I mean, God, we'd never work.
right?
Right?
Like Dave Smith was playing on this podcast. Wanda Sykes went on the Colbert show.
Oh God, yeah,
and
dude.
started talking. She was like, "I'm pissed off. I'm angry." She was like, "This country's like it's no longer democracy." And then she starts talking about how like as a minority she's mad because this country isn't a democracy when it's majority rule. Like it's like they say things like leftists, neoliberals, like it's like we keep trying, like we come at it with like, okay, we follow things to logical conclusion as libertarians, anarchists, whatever. Like it's logical conclusions. Like that's partly why, Kyle, we get mad at you. It's because you went to the logical conclusion and then you stepped back from the logical conclusion in our minds. Not to rehash the whole the whole battle again, but it's like that's why I'm not mad at you, because I feel like you've thought about it, you've rationalized it, and you've stepped back, whatever, in my mind. But I feel like there's no thinking. Like that is not a treasured value of the neoliberals, is logical conclusions and being logical and reasonable. It's all about emotional garbage. And if it makes you feel a certain way or it upsets you, or you're told that it's supposed to upset you, then that's all that it takes. That's all it takes for you to be in favor or against something is, well, I was told, because she was talking out of both sides of her mouth like the entire time. I mean, it's probably too long to play. I don't even know where to find it, but it was like, oh my God, like if you just listen to it, she just talks out of her. Everything is, if something is I don't like and I didn't win, well, that's not democratic. Like democratic is just turned into when I win, when the leftists win. Like that's what democracy is. Like everything has to be democracy. Like this fucking idiot in Ukraine. Like, oh well, you know, we have to keep paying higher gas prices because, you know, like because what, he's not a part of the liberal world order, or to protect the liberal world order, and like it's democracy in the Eastern Europe. Like that, it's just like there's just buzzwords that they just say, and we're just supposed to be like, oh yeah, that's right, democracy, yeah, democracy is the best thing overall.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting how much of our government doesn't operate like a democracy, right? A lot of it is the executive branch doing whatever the hell it wants, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's why you saw like last week was the first time where there was a checks and balance that were actually like that I've been hearing about. I've been hearing about checks and balances for years, and I've never seen them before ever. And then it's like, wow, there we go. Like crazy. Like there's actually a check and a balance by the Supreme Court. Like this is crazy.
Well, that's not. Did you hear about the EPA thing?
Yeah, I heard. I didn't hear much about it. I just heard about. So I don't. You might have more detail about it than I do.
They're saying that the federal government can't be mandating all of these emission standards across the board for. I guess it mostly applies to plants like factories. You know,
but they did say that Congress definitely should be doing that.
Right. Yeah,
So,
they said that it should be
like,
coming from
whoop-de-doo.
Congress. It should be coming from Congress, right? Not the executive branch.
That's that other tyrant's the one that should be controlling your life. Thanks, Supreme Court.
Yeah, they didn't really say
at least
like,
they're
well,
playing by their own rules, though. I mean,
sort of. I mean,
somewhat more predictable and defensible, I guess.
The Constitution doesn't.
So we can defend against them. I mean,
doesn't say that it's Congress's role to control the environment, but I guess, you know,
control the environment.
Right, you know.
That's Bill Gates's job.
Yeah, that's Klaus Schwab.
I want to encourage the radical left to just storm the Supreme Court. All of these things are just terrible, and that
they've done that.
You know, just storm them, just barge right in there, and you know, who knows? Maybe take your picture at their podium, just wreak all kinds of havoc in there. You know, like just have all kinds of fun.
But
wear your handmaid
that
tail costume.
Like, yeah, like you say that, but like if a bunch of leftists were to go storm the Capitol, they would be like, well, this is completely different. They were trying to unseat a democratically elected president. This is people fighting for their rights, Babs. Like that. How dare you?
I know.
Equate the two. Like,
Yeah.
Burn it down. Burn down the
Right.
Supreme Court. I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it.
If you have a
as,
pussy
as
hat,
a branch of government, do they have any legitimate justification to exist at all?
none.
What
I
if,
don't know.
like,
Well, that's just me.
when was that? Remember that time they protected our rights from the overreaching government?
all right.
Remember that
Yeah.
time the checks and balances are like, yeah, just like the founding fathers wanted. That's awesome.
I
That's what I
should
was
know it.
saying.
I don't know where the Supreme Court was established. Is it in the Constitution? If
I believe
anybody
it
would know,
is.
it'd be Otto.
It's
I
in a
believe
book.
it is.
Let's take a
It's
look.
in the Constitution. I don't
in
know
the
exactly
Bible.
where.
The judicial branch, etc., is well defined in there.
It's in the good
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, it's interesting how the structure of our government is so old. I mean, it was a lot of these structures were just originated with the Constitution.
And they wear the same outfits. Those judges, they're dressing the same. Like,
Mhm.
right? Like they just don't
Well,
change.
Yeah, why doesn't
Government
Biden dress
freezes.
like George Washington?
What do you want? They wear the
You know?
timeless black robes. It's classic.
We could get him to dress up like George Washington. Tell him it's 1784 again.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool to put Biden on a horse and just see what happens?
Yeah,
I think he'd fall off of it.
A horse with toe clip.
I mean, yeah, I feel like a horse is harder to ride than a bike. So
So,
No,
oh
I
god.
saw a fun
it
meme
all depends
where-
on if
where-
he sees a kid that he can sniff, though.
Did you? Oh, well. Did you see the meme where somebody put like Joe Biden's face on a guy on a motorcycle, right? Or maybe it's a photo of Joe Biden on a motorcycle, and it says like, yeah, based on what we saw with the bicycle, we all chipped in and got him this, and he's on this big motorcycle.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
So, speaking of like the EPA, Otto, you mentioned the Dutch farmers revolt.
Oh, it was
or
Alex. Yeah,
did.
Alex.
It was
I
Alex.
saw
sorry.
some of
Oh,
it,
yeah. I was trying to find the latest Klaus Schwab
Dutch
It
video.
farmers
It might
revolts.
have it might not have been a
It
recent
has
one.
to do with the Green New Deal, right?
100%.
So
The
they're
clogs that they wear.
they're restricting the nitrates or the chemicals that they're using in farming, and it's affecting their farms.
Yeah, they want to reduce the amount of farms in
The
Holland. I
green
think
leap
by like
forward.
yeah, it's all part of this, and these farmers have had enough. Let me find the thread.
And
I
this is
posted-
Netherlands, right?
You might have
Yes.
posted it in the earlier one, Alex. Remember that one crashed.
Yeah,
Jared started a new one.
Let me pull it up because this is it's a really good thread, and I encourage anybody. Maybe I'll retweet this. I'll retweet this on PRL's page. But here is the Liberty Lock Pod. Clint Russell did it was a really good thread where you have there's protests going on in Sri Lanka. There's food shortages. There's something like a 25% inflation increase in Ghana. And there's protests going on all over the world right now. But the big thing is that in the Netherlands, these farmers are straight up like blocking the roads. I'm trying to paste this in the chat. Here we go.
I watched some of the videos, and it looked pretty crazy. We just don't see a lot of coverage here.
No,
some
none at
reason.
all. I first heard of this on No Agenda podcast a couple days ago, and they're blocking roads. The cops are coming out. They're bringing out tanks, but these farmers are fucking had it because they basically are telling them like, hey, guess what? No more farming. Like we got to cut 30% of these because of this Green New Deal agenda.
Which you sent me like 4 different.
What are their big issues?
Tweets.
You said it, so it's
You can
related to
just
the
click
Green
mine
Leap
out.
Forward, but does it have also to do with like rising fertilizer costs in Europe due to the proxy war with Russia?
Yeah, 100%. And then they're, all that too. I mean, there's going to be chaos in Europe. And I believe they're the second largest agricultural export, the Netherlands. I don't know what they grow because I mean they're kind of under, but apparently
Tulips.
they export tulips. Yeah, you're right. That's probably it.
Weed.
Seriously,
Weed.
weed.
Yeah.
Whatever whatever the.
I mean, it makes sense to right on the ocean. Right, but
Well, wasn't somebody saying that Bill Gates was just buying up even more agricultural
Yeah,
land in the U.S. in Nebraska or something?
Yes.
Kyle was talking about it.
2,000 more acres, and he's up to 270,000 acres of farmland.
What does
That's a good one.
he know? What does he
I had
know?
to send this meme over. I had to send this stupid meme over. It says
Describe
it's
it for the
Joe,
listening audience.
It's Joe Biden in a car screaming, "Mr. Gas Station, tear down these prices." The next picture is just, "Sir, this is a Wendy's."
He's at the Wendy's drive-through, complaining about gas prices. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It made me laugh. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Kind of a boomer meme, but I'll accept
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's why it's half fun.
I did see a recent clip of him speaking, and it was I mean, it was barely coherent, but he was like, we're going to tell these oil companies to lower their prices or else.
Right.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
the gist of it.
Oh yeah, I
was
saw
like,
that.
Dude, he has no
We're
concept.
okay.
We're gonna go full Venezuela on you, right? I guess that's always on the table.
Oh, that's
right?
what that's what people want. Like
Didn't he
people are
say
putting you know how they have like the stickers that people are putting on the pumps that have like Joe
Yeah,
Biden. He's like, this is
stupid.
my fault.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so
Well,
stupid.
they've got like some like counter one that they're putting up that says like it's got a picture of like I don't know, like Che Guevara or something. It says we need to nationalize the fuel industry or something like
yeah,
that.
I'm so sure. Yeah, that
You want to eat
like-
zoo animals because
Yeah,
that's
it's
how
like-
you end up eating zoo
You know the
animals.
last
Okay?
country to do that?
You want-
Venezuela. Didn't work out
Yeah.
too well.
Right.
The Venezuela project. Okay, that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
dude? And then
Yeah.
Biden's fucking talking about it. I didn't catch the clip, but apparently,
I
yeah,
hope he
he's
does it.
he's
Frickin'
talking
do it.
about.
Just
Yeah,
do
he's
it.
saying these greedy gas station attendants. He's blaming like the owners of gas stations. These poor,
Yeah.
these poor immigrant families that like,
Right.
their whole family's dynasty relies on this, Exxon or this BP station or a Carroll fuel station, whatever the case may be. But they don't fucking realize they don't make shit on the gas. That's how Wawa built and Royal Farms and Sheetz built this industry. Like you make money running a gas station by selling overpriced like convenience food. But this is this thread, Liberty Lock Pod, Clint Russell put it out. But I mean, things are collapsing all throughout the world. This is riots in Sri Lanka where people are just breaking into stores. But mainly it has a thread, a couple posts about what's going on in the Netherlands with these farmer protests. And they're pretty based. They're blocking roads, much like the trucker protest in Canada.
There's going to be a lot of starvation. Like millions of people are going to die of starvation that it's already set in motion by all the
Yeah.
bullshit with this proxy war with Ukraine, taking
they'll
out
have plenty of
Russia and
bugs.
Ukraine from the food production market. And then Bill Gates thinks he's going to capitalize. Like, don't worry, I'll sell you some food. And it's like, and the rest of you eat the bugs.
Eat
like
the bugs and
that's what they
artificial
want
breast
for us.
milk.
Like,
Isn't Bill Gates coming up with like an artificial breast milk that was
It's called formula.
well his solution or something? He was talking about
No, it was
some
like
type
a
of
breast. It was like a
breast, like some type of
It was like a
milk.
device that you
synthetic-
could wear, right?
yeah, prosthetic breast that pumps out
Who's
soy milk or who knows.
He's constantly trying to come up with solutions to all these crises, like all the
He's on it.
baby
You know what?
formula
Got it covered.
crisis.
No, he's onto something though. Buy farmland. You know what? The rest of us can buy farmland too. Are you buying farmland?
Sure.
Buy some freaking farmland.
I don't really know how to farm though.
Well, we can
Don't
start
worry
it.
about it. Get the farmland. Just Bill Gates doesn't know how to farm either, but he's like, screw
He
it.
can
We're
pay-
gonna
he can pay
destroy
people
the
to
world's
farm
food
for him.
supply, and then I'm gonna be holding on to some ability to produce food.
Well,
I
guys,
mean, yeah, if
he-
you can defend it.
I mean, he does have that seed, that seed vault. He has 70%
yeah.
ownership, or the whole. And then, this is it. I mean, we might have to talk about this in the after hours, but check this out. I think Hollow Earth is confirmed in Antarctica. I saw
my
this
God,
video, but yeah,
Dude,
maybe-
Baltimore City, dude. You see that sinkhole?
Yeah,
That
dude. There's
sinkhole
this
in Baltimore. It goes
North
down, like,
Avenue. It's like a 6-lane main east-west
you see the
avenue
pictures, man. It
I
sunk
saw
in. They
a
had to
little bit.
demolish 3 houses.
Where was it?
on North Avenue in Baltimore. This sinkhole just opened
Oh,
up,
shit.
and
Where
the
on
next,
North Avenue?
I don't know. We'll have to pull it up, but yeah, look at this shit. Like
It
this,
looked like that.
Look at this
It
fake
literally looked
video.
like that. Yeah. this
no,
fake
hold up.
That's,
Wait till
and that's Baltimore. Oh my God!
Yeah, this is Baltimore.
No.
dude.
But
No,
dude,
this-
the sinkhole looked like that, man. It was
Total
huge.
wasteland.
No, apparently this is Antarctica. I'll have to get in the docs, but they zoom in. This is some. I don't know. Like, what's going on here? Is this a Nazi
Oh.
base in Antarctica? Are they
There's
drilling?
a helicopter outside my window with light on. The
Oh
floodlight on.
shit!
Oh shit!
They know. They know you
They're looking
exposed
for me.
the hollow Earth. You
The hollow
exposed
Earth.
it.
This has been
I
exposed.
talked
on
about
PRL.
Biden too much on this show.
All
But
right,
yeah,
well,
the city's infrastructure is collapsing. Like, there's these sinkholes.
dude,
Yeah,
that
I have to.
crazy. If you guys, if any listeners, just look up Baltimore sinkhole in the news story that come up in the past few days. It was gnarly as shit. It was like right on the sidewalk too, and it goes down like 10 stories. It's
Oh, yeah, I
insane.
hear it.
This is a government contractor's dream. Okay, the
yeah.
sinkhole.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's an unlimited pit for money to flow into. We had a sinkhole appear in King of Prussia, where they turned their construction project and increased it by like, I don't know, $100 million, like millions and millions of dollars extra. And they're like, well, sinkhole, and the dollars flowed. You just sinkhole, and then
Yeah.
like you get millions
That's like
of
a
dollars.
quarter. That's a
Sinkhole.
quarter of a
Wait,
block.
RFK Stadium is on fire?
Yeah,
3
RFK
hours
Stadium's
ago?
on fire. Yeah, something. Yeah, it's not
On
good, man.
purpose.
I think it
Is
was.
this what the end times look like?
No, but for real though, like you guys are talking about the infrastructure shit. There, dude, literally. Okay, so this will tell you something. There's been a bridge that they've been replacing and redoing behind my house, and
Dude,
to let
they've
you
been
guys
doing
know,
that forever.
dude, the first time I came on to the Punk Rock Libertarians podcast was they started construction on it that day.
That's like 6 years ago.
Wow.
I know, and it's still not.
It will
fixed.
always. I hate to break it to you, but it will always be under construction.
I
Okay?
know.
The idea,
Trust me,
the
I
idea
know, I
of,
know.
of
Dude,
government
here's-
road construction is just to provide a continuous flow of resources. Okay,
It's a
getting the job
program.
completed
Dude.
and giving you smooth pavement does not make anyone rich.
To be fair, though, I mean, here's the situation. It's a 4-lane Route 1 that goes over, I believe, the Amtrak, goes over the tracks, and goes over the
goes
freight
over the
tracks.
B&O. Goes over
Goes
the
over
old
the
B&O.
CSX. So you figure like they have to replace both bridges on both sides and probably all the regulations to coordinate with the railroads because they can't be doing construction with trains going underneath it. So they probably can only work certain hours. Like, God, what a regulatory, like literally a money sinkhole. You know,
Oh,
it just,
damn. Yeah, I've driven by that. I've
Yeah,
driven
that's-
down that.
yeah, it's by the
that-
Guinness
that
Brewery.
block. No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about the sinkhole.
Oh,
Oh,
North Avenue.
sinkhole.
Yeah, because I have to, if I go like down to like Fells, I usually come down Hartford and then take North Ave across.
Dude,
Little
remember
West.
they were talking? Remember they? It was years ago, and that was kind of the start of this wokeism and the SJW. And remember when they were trying to do the red line? It was basically the light rail underneath Baltimore City, and it was supposed to be.
yeah.
It was supposed to be about three or 4 miles under the city of Baltimore that they were going to tunnel under. And
Good
yeah,
luck.
that project was canceled because they're like, hey, who the fuck's going to ride this? We already have a light rail. Nobody rides it. It's a total waste of money. But let's dig. Yeah. And you know what?
Monorail.
Yeah. and that sounds
Monorail.
right. And
I
that
love
sounds like
that
a great idea. Let's dig under Baltimore City for 4 miles. Like, what a fucking nightmare that would be.
It's like, let's not and say we didn't.
But
Instead of fighting that sinkhole, maybe just hope for the best. You know, like encourage the sinkhole. Like just take the whole damn town.
Baltimore
I hope
City
everybody
just
can escape, but you know what? If it just took it all out and we started over, I don't know how bad that would be.
Oh man. Well, I think shit. God, we've been going for an hour and 3 minutes. Good lord. This was a good one. This was a good one. The past few episodes been pretty good. I think it's because
Compared to
Kyle's
those
been on
other
both
ones,
times.
which were awful.
Yeah, we've had our first good ones in a long while.
It only took us 400 episodes, but we got there, guys. We got
But we're hitting our stride now.
Can't stop us now. Don't hold me back. Anyway, well, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Please go
You're
to
welcome.
YouTube. No, you're okay. Thank you. But please go to YouTube, subscribe, turn on your notifications. It helps us out. Leave us a good review on wherever you guys can download your podcast. Do it. Spotify. We only have 18 reviews on Spotify. That's it. What the fuck? And like, come on. So guys,
Spotify's
come on,
for
hit us
squares.
up.
I'm sorry.
Even
I
if
mean,
you-
come on,
even
they
if you
didn't
talk
kick off
shit.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, we have reviews
Alright.
on Spotify now?
Yeah. So if you guys, please, if you guys leave a nasty review, as long as you give us like all the stars that you can give us, I'll read it. That's a completely original idea.
Leave any
Made up
review.
by me
We'll
right
read
now.
it.
Otto
Yeah.
can read.
I can read.
Believe it or not,
leave
he
a
can read it.
review on Spotify. We'll read it. No matter how good or terrible it is, it doesn't matter. Is that fair?
Right. Yes. Just give it, but make sure you give us good stars though. Like that's all that matters. Like just the stars.
Give us
matter.
5 stars and then just like trash
Yeah,
Otto for
exactly.
3
Yeah.
paragraphs.
And I'll read it. Anything you want to say. I don't matter how hurtful. It'll just be Matt Bergman just like
Just
leaving
making
all
fat
terrible.
jokes.
Yeah, making fat jokes. Yeah. I give 5 stars. Each star represents, how many 100 pounds Phil weighs.
How many chairs
anyway.
he's broken?
Yeah, how many chairs he's broken. Yeah. Anyway, but also another thing you can do to help us out is please sign up for our Patreon. It's as little as $1 a month. We need people. We need lots of more of you.
You get
as
access
many-
to the after hours show. Okay.
Yes, and that's where the gold happens. That's where it's
the magic is made.
Magic, not gold. All right,
Right.
Wait, how much?
Say
Wait,
the
we did
best
up the
material
price.
for after hours for people that have pledged up to $1.50.
Well, we did actually up the price to $3 because
Yes.
because of inflation.
Well,
It's
you know
really
what?
Putin-
Okay, in that
Putin's
case,
Putin's price hike.
I'm gonna double the quality of my smartass remarks.
I'm gonna keep mine the same. It's gonna be like shrinkflation. I'll just I'll just keep going smaller, but I'm gonna keep charging you more. So we'll just do that anyway. But yeah, sign up for as little as $3 a month, and you get access to. That sounds weird. $3 a month. Please check that out. If there's other ways to donate to the show, if you go to PRLfans.com, send us over Bitcoin. It's on sale right now. Send us over as much as you can. Anything you can to help out us, because we really, really appreciate all of you guys. And t-shirts also, please go buy a t-shirt. The one that lovely Jared is wearing right now. I can't talk. I don't know. Yes. Look at the good shirt. Love it. Anyway, so if you want that shirt, go over to libertariancountry.com, use the code PRL or PRL podcast and get yourself a 10% discount. Or if you spend $50 or more, use the code PRL2 for a 20% discount. And until next time, live free
Or die.